How are you, everyone? I hope you all had an amazing new year. Let's just jump right into what this video is about. I have been gone from YouTube for about 8 months, I think, maybe more, maybe less, since around May. And the reason I have been is very personal. It's kind of alarming. Not in a bad way, it's a lot. I just want to be completely open and honest with all of you because you've been subscribed and following for however long you have been, and I owe it to all of you to just be honest. So, where I've been and what I've been going through is, I'm just gonna say it. I've been squatting in a haunted mansion. That's right, you heard me. I have been squatting in a haunted mansion for over half a year. Now, you're probably thinking, how did this even happen? Same. So if you've been following my journey on YouTube, you know what this channel is mostly about, is just stupid, funny things. But this is gonna be just kind of a sit-down story time. I've never really done that on my channel before. And I'm just gonna tell you guys about this whole crazy experience about squatting in this haunted mansion. There's a lot to get into, so let's just jump right in, okay? So, as you all know, I recently just moved to Los Angeles, or recently that you know of. I've actually been here since May in this haunted mansion squatting. So how this whole thing came about, I was apartment hunting on Zillow, not sponsored by the way, and I found this huge mansion that was really, really inexpensive, but still more than I could afford. So I was like, let me just go check it out and see like what's the tea with the whole thing. Like, I emailed them. First of all, it was an AOL email, so that should have been my first, something's wrong. Something is wrong. I do a little research and I find out the mansion is haunted. No, it's not just any kind of haunt. There was a terrible, gruesome disaster. This mansion was in West Hollywood, and with a little bit of research, I found out that 17 go-go dancers and 48 drag queens were murdered violently. Also, in that mansion was 98 Pomeranians. Not one was hurt. Jeffree Star caught wind of it, adopted them all. The Pomeranians are safe. The go-go dancers and the drag queen whores, however, are murdered, so they're dead. So I'm a little bit spooked, but I'm like, what are the chances of another drag queen getting murdered in this house that I'm squatting in that no one knows I'm there? So I go to the house. There's a key in the front door. It's very like, no one, I don't talk to anybody. They give me the address, I go, I'm there. I go in and I'm like, this is really fucking nice. Like, this is adorable for like a crime scene. I love it. Like, I could see myself settling down here and using the restroom and like making s'mores. Like, I can see myself there. Like, I just feel like it's home already, and so I just don't leave. I stay there for, I don't really have an indefinite plan. A few hours go by. Here I am spiraling, going through a midlife crisis. And I know, a midlife crisis again? Me too. I was thinking the same exact thing. You weren't alone. You're not alone. So a few days go by. I'm being very careful not to waste the battery on my phone. I don't have my charger. Obviously, there's no chargers in this haunted mansion. There's none. About 5 months go by of me squatting in this apartment. It's Lewis and I, my long-haired chihuahua. We're squatting in this haunted mansion, just getting by, not leaving, not really bathing or eating, not really taking good care of ourselves too much, but like, my body's used to that. Just kind of stinking and starving. All of a sudden, one day, I hear a knock on the door, and I'm like, oh my god, did the mansion sell? Like, is someone touring it? I don't know. Oh, there's a hole in my glove. My heart's racing. I feel like I'm about to just number 3 everywhere in my already soiled gaff. You would never believe me when I told you who walked through the door. Kim Petras walked through the door. I didn't see her, but I heard her, and I could feel the heat when she walked in from her fever. She, obviously, I know why she's there. She loves scary things. If you've seen her 2 albums, the Halloween one, she loves scary things. I heard a rumor she's on Dragula season 4. I don't know. So I'm freaking out. There's nowhere to hide. There's no furniture here. There's nothing. I've been sleeping on the kitchen on some paper towels that are dirty. So what do? I run and I hide under the bathroom sink because when people are touring or that's like the last place you look. Like, so I'm hiding under the bathroom sink and I hear Kim Petras walking around, tap, 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 tap. And I'm like, oh my God, she came in. I heard her crash to the floor, and as she fell, she hit the light switch, turned out the lights. And that's when I heard everyone around her screaming. Her fever is higher than ever. I hear them stick a thermometer in her asshole. Her fever is at about 569 degrees, which is not normal for any kind of person, I don't think. I hear them run to my refrigerator. This is my house at this point, I live there. They're taking ice cubes out of the freezer and pouring them in the bath. They're drawing her this freezing bath to break the fever. Oh my God. So I'm like, this is only gonna take like 20 minutes. So I'm crammed under the sink like this. She was in the bathtub for 9 hours. What I heard her talking about, the craziest things. One of them that really just stands out and really kind of, I guess, stood out to me was she kept bringing up this Borneo Earless Monitor or something, a monitor. I'm like, well, what the hell is that? Like, luckily I didn't ask her, someone else did. We're like, what the hell are you talking about, Kim? What is this? And she goes on to explain that it is like some kind of relative of kimono dragons, which apparently are like identical to kimono dragons or like relatives of kimono dragons, which are alive right now. You can imagine my surprise. This whole time, my whole life, I thought dragons were extinct. Apparently there are dragons. At this point, I'm so uncomfortable and I fly out of the cabinet. She starts screaming. I start screaming too. She scared me. Like, calm down, Kim. Like, you're in my house. She starts screaming, they call the police, they haul me off to a men's prison. They finally released me to a Hamburger Mary's in New Mexico, tied me hands, legs strapped to a wagon. The hardest part of this whole thing was I forgot Lewis there. When I finally escaped the Hamburger Mary's in New Mexico, I hitchhiked showgirl style all the way back here to Los Angeles, where I searched for hours looking for Lewis. He was in the same location, just outside. They just put him outside and I guess he just decided to stay there. Upon finding him, I also realized that I was a great grandmother. Lewis had kids, puppies. I mean, adults, children now, senior dogs, who also had puppies. I'm a great grandmother now. So if you guys have any tips on how to be a great grandmother, like what's the best way? So that's why I'm not on season 12, you guys. That's the tea. My phone died and I wasn't able to finish my audition tape, but I was able to capture this performance of myself before my phone died, and I just want to insert a clip right now. Wow. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, we're thinking the same thing. Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and tuberculosis. Anyway, I'm so sad to hear about the coronavirus. That really sucks. But my Twitter was hacked by some bitch in Arizona and then given to, or maybe sold to, I don't know, some Russian bitch. And she unfollowed everyone and I can't get into it, but I have a new Twitter at Robert Child, so please follow me. Thank you guys for listening to my story. I'm back on the internet to save YouTube and I will see you guys soon. Bye! Bye, Diva.